The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports.
Lob past Cooper. Oh, he slams it right over the top of Golden. 15 on the shot clock. Fears down the lane. Right at Golden. Back shot good. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Fears. Here's a three from the wing. It's good. MSU gets another three.
Jackson Kohler with his fourth three of this game.
He got it.
It is time for the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show. Tonight's show is sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance, Simple Human Sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. And Coors Light, choose chill. Now, with Michigan State head basketball coach Tom Izzo, here's the voice of Spartan basketball, Will Tieman.
And a pleasant good evening to everybody around the great state of Michigan and beyond. Welcome into the Tom Izzo Show. And welcome into my co-host, Mike Garland. And I don't know what to say about that game against Arkansas, Tom, but it was spectacular, the effort, and it was our first of what I hope many top 20 wins. Not bad.
I just want to know where in the hell you got that prelude to the thing when it said he hit his 4-3. We haven't hit 4 threes all year. So that must have been last year, the year before. When was that thing?
Illinois, to be exact.
Yeah.
Last year.
Well, it definitely keeps me humble, realizing what we haven't done. But I want to thank all of you. I mean, I'm going to tell you something now. I talked to John after the game, and he called me at 1 a.m. when he got home. And, and the first thing he said to me is, I told him that our trip to UConn was good because we got our butt kicked a little bit, and we played in front of 15,000 people, and you're able to adjust to the things that were going on. And I said, your freshmen looked a little more nervous as far as, taking some bad shots and that. And he couldn't agree more. And then he said to me, boy, I haven't been to Breslin. Now I see why you never left. And that's a guy that's coming from Kentucky at one point. So I want to say thank you to all of you, those of you that were there, those of you that were home, where you can throw things at the TV and everything. Those are his own members. You can't understand how Mike knows, because we always talk about it, at least 3-4 games a year can be won or lost because of the fans. And we've always been good. And a lot of times we've been great. Back in the day, when we didn't have cell phones and all the distractions, we were elite, and we said we have to get back to that. Well, we have to as a team, and you all have to as fans. Well, Saturday set a standard that I think those of you were there would agree. It was incredible scene, and it really helped our players. I think it really hurt their players, and that's what a home court is supposed to be, at an elite level. And I just, Bill Raftery did the game, and I saw Morris Peterson there. And during the game, I thought I'd take advantage of the new rules and say, Morris, get your butt out there. Somebody's got to make a three. And then I forgot, he informed me, I think he had been there 6 years. So, but I did ask him that, his daughter was there looking at me. It was during the game. There was about 6 minutes left. I said, Pete, come on, man, let's go. He was sitting right behind the bench. I said, let's go. And but even he called me later on. He said, Coach, you reminded me back in the day, and so it sounds crazy, but boy, that was a long statement to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you and all that are listening.
Well, Mike, here's a question for you as a coach. From the Colgate game to the Arkansas game, what a jump, huh? Different team.
Tremendous. My biggest.
Tell him, Mike, one time, Will, we got 29 of these left, okay? But it was a jump, but it could jump the other way too.
Yeah, we got a ways to go, Tom, but you got to be proud of the fact that even though we're not shooting well, even though we're not doing well offensively, we're doing what we used to do, and that's just grind games out. And that's a great thing going into games when you know that even though you may not make no buckets, you can still win. And I saw you guys, man, you were relentless on the glass, and I think that played a big part in John's freshmen. They just weren't used to that. You can tell a guy, hey, cut your man out there coming, but then that relentless effort.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I went to the hockey game Friday night for about the first period because we have our team meeting at 8:00. We shoot free throws and then we watch film and go over the scouting report before they go to bed. So I went over to the hockey game and we were playing Penn State, and there's a little rivalry there now, as we all know. And at the beginning of that game, there was more cheap shots than we used to do in Division II, where it was legal. But so I came back, and the first thing I told my team, I said, we have to play without the cheap shots like our hockey team played. We have to be more physical. We were disappointed, and we thought we got punked at UConn. Oh, they're good. And then we didn't play with this. So we went back. We played the war drill every day. We went back to the physicalness. We're going to shoot it better. And so we got a chance to get better. But Mike's right. You got to be able to hang your hat on something every night. And as they say in all sports, defense travels. And
I even thought you might have went up in the Oxy Gym right before the game and played war like we did the one time.
All them good things we did, the football pads, those of them that are lawyers in this room, you sue me for stuff like that now. So I can't have any fun anymore. With the time he's talking about, we had guys bleeding, cut eyes and everything, right? Remember that?
Yeah, like about 15 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
By the way, we are live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. If you want to join our audience for any of the MSU Coaches shows, to make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. We'll be back with more of the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance in a moment, right here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Did you, boss? Mind your business, Billy. Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics. So crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Farm Bureau Insurance invites you inside the green for an exclusive dinner with basketball coach Tom Izzo. This unique experience includes a private dinner for one winner and 3 guests with Coach Izzo. The winner also receives a private tour of the Breslin Center, an autographed basketball from Coach, tickets to a future home game, and more. For more details and to register, visit InsideTheGreenSweeps.com. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
And welcome back to the Coach Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. As MSU has played twice this year, 2-0 on the season, and we jumped from 24th in all the land to 17th in the latest AP poll. By the way, when you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest, from big league stadiums to the neighborhood ball field. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. And you can win MSU men's basketball tickets. Got some great teams coming in. Sign up to Abbott's We Give Blood Drive to enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to one of the upcoming MSU basketball games. So go to direct message at Spartan_radio on X. So there you go. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about, we got a chance to touch on this with Tom in the pregame show just briefly. And these two things are kind of connected. Mike and I were talking about this earlier today. Somehow, every year, I said to Tom, you got to come up with a brand new basketball team. You got to mold them. And so the question is, when you mold your new team with your new players every year, whether it's one guy or 4 guys, whatever, is there a standard way you do it, or you just kind of take a look at the land and see what you got?
Wow, that's a good question, Mike. You know, I think what happens is after 4 or 5 years, I was talking to Jonathan about this. I was talking to Adam about this. Antonio and I was talking about it. You know, you got to establish a culture and an identity. The culture, you know, the identity is what you really want to become as a team. You know, do you want to be a 3-point shooting team? Do you want to be this? You usually can't pick a bunch of things. There's got to be something, as Mike said, that's a staple for you. And then the culture helps you, each and every new player that comes in. You know, the players that are juniors and seniors talk about it. The players that come back for grind week talk about it. And that's the advantage of staying in one place. That's the advantage of having some continuity in a program. And but each team is different, and you have to adjust to each team. Like our whole game plan the other night was something we haven't done in, man, since we had Zebo, maybe. We said we're just going to pound it inside and take it right at them.
Right.
And we thought that they were bigger, they were shot blockers, but they weren't as physical. And we thought we could just wear them down. We got one guy in foul trouble, just like we had hoped. And we scored some baskets in there. Cam Ward, who is a physical Antonio Smith, Andre Hudson type player, is you know, he kind of came to life. Both our freshmen played well. I think some of that comes from our upperclassmen. If you would have seen the way Cooper and Jet Kohler deal with Jesse, and you see it all the time because you come to practice. And Cam, I mean, those guys have done such a mentoring job with them. The coach can't do all that because he's just not around them enough. So I think every year it changes. But I think the staples are still the staples, you know, and as Mike said, you know, it's ironic because the last time we played Arkansas, we came back from Maui my first year. We were 1-2. We played in the grade 8 against a good Arkansas team. And I think we had 24 offensive rebounds against Arkansas. I mean, if you think we shot it bad the other night, that would have been a shootout compared to what you saw. I think it was at the Palace back then. And we were so bad shooting the ball, but we get 24 offensive rebounds and beat Nolan Richardson's team. And he had some tough dudes. And that's where our identity started to grow, you know. Right. And we weren't great that year, but we started our identity. And so I think that's the way it works. That's a long answer for a short question.
Speaking of Cam Ward, of course, he gets in the game early because Carson Cooper gets in early foul trouble. Do you had any idea he was going to do it? He did 18 points and a whole bunch of boards.
Well, of course, I'm the head coach. No, I didn't have any idea. Cam was a kid we recruited hard, and we really liked him and got him from the East Coast. His father's a coach. His mother's a coach. His mother's the AD, which makes for a good marriage because she can't fire the head coach. So, that's just out of financial responsibility. So he gets a hall pass, but Cam is a winner. He's won 3 state championships. The kid I can't say his name. The kid that committed to us. Whew, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm saying that. There are no rules anyway. But guys that have won 3 and 4 championships in high school means that winning is still important to them, and that's one of the problems now. It's hard to find guys that winning matters more than all the other things. So I was a little surprised and I was pleased, and yet he didn't do anything he couldn't do.
Right.
He's still got to work on his shooting, but I figured out he can dunk, and he can dunk well. And, Judd used to say it's the highest percentage basket in the history of the game,
And he's not wrong.
No.
Real quick before we take a break, Jordan Scott. Boy, he's just really come on, hasn't he? Just kind of an all-around guy.
There's a guy that we thought would take a year. We got him. We loved him because really good student. Again, comes from good stock. He went to the same high school as Grant Hill out in Virginia. He won there. His mom was a great player at Maryland. His dad was a pretty good player at Miami, Florida. So, he has the genes. He's 6'6.5", was kind of skinny, 180 when we got him. And we just thought a little bit like Max Christie that, he wouldn't be able to guard very well. And he plays with so much heart and passion. And what he is he's a really good shooter. And so that's going to come around. But that guy has energy. He gets every loose ball. He's on the floor. He doesn't play as skinny as he is, and he's gained some weight. So that's been a plus too. So our 2 freshmen played awfully well that night, but games now how do they do on coming back to reality and seeing, everybody calls it a trap game. Well, of course it's a trap game. You got Arkansas on one side, you got Kentucky on the other. It is a trap game, but I'll see how mature my seniors are, my juniors, And then after that game, you go to Kentucky and the lights go on again, and those freshmen will be out east, and so it's going to be an interesting week for those 2 guys.
By the way, every Sparty knows that you need timeout every now and then. So why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for a chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/MSU to enter. Your ultimate beach break is a click away. We'll be back with more of the Tom Izzo Show in a moment, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, as you are listening to the Tom Izzo Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
The Spartan Media Network when you need it. That's right. The Spartan Media Network now is on podcast platforms. Did you miss a MSU Coaches Show or want to check out exclusive interviews? Well, check out the Spartan Media Network and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Spartan Media Network, now at your fingertips.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at deantrailways.com.
We're back live on the Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And we're also here at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. For all the Spartan Coaches radio shows, One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Well, Tom, I'm going to take you away from basketball for a second.
Yay.
It was on this date 50 years ago that the SS Edmund Fitzgerald sunk. And it was sunk in Lake Superior. It's become part of the history and the culture of the state of Michigan. I know our youngest, she's been her whole life in Michigan, and every time this date came up when they were in class, they played the song by Gordon Lightfoot. They heard the history. So the question for you two guys, and this is such a big moment here, when you heard about this, where were you, and did it have an impact on you? What were you thinking?
I think we're both embarrassed to say I was a freshman. He's a sophomore. He's an old man. And but I was laying in bed. This is a true story now. I had the top bunk. Mary G was afraid of heights. So I had the top bunk, and he was on the bottom bunk. And the alarm went, I throw him under the bus a lot. The alarm went off. If we call him right now, he'll remember. The alarm went off, and it was, to the radio. And that's what they were talking about. And so the first time I found out was 6:30 in the morning when the alarm went off. And it was, if you've been up in Lake Superior area, there are some, it's the coldest lake. It's the roughest lake. There's some times in the fall when it's crazy. It's crazy. And it was north, west of where we were. But that's why. What about you?
But Tom, if you remember, they set out right out by the ore docks for days and days, and the weather was crazy. The waves, you could stand up at Hitchcock and you can see the waves coming over the break wall. And, remember it turned real nice that day and they went out. And it was a sad thing. Yeah. It was sad. Yeah, it really was. 17 miles from where they were heading, 29 people lost their lives when the ship went down. But it's part of our history, our culture, and it's kind of amazing. And it was interesting. John U. Bacon wrote a book about this. I'm not here to promote his book, but he did give a nice talk about the research he put into it. And one of the things he talked about was the song, how it really kind of made this whole thing famous. And the story he tells is that when Gordon Lightfoot was literally in the studio, they had recorded all the tracks for this new album and they had time left. And he had written this thing, and the producer kind of egged him into just doing it, see what you got. And that song we heard was their first take.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So, by the way, we have a microphone up here. If anybody wants to come and ask Tom a question about the season, the Big Ten, whatever, college basketball, it's right there for you. And we are live here at One North Kitchen and Bar East in East Lansing for all the Spartan Coaches radio shows. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. So now we're going to test your memory a little bit here. It's now time to talk about our Alumni Hall Trivia Contest. And today's winner will receive tickets to the next home game and a $25 gift card to Alumni Hall. Thanks for participating. Here we go. Here is a trivia question. little magic piece of paper here. It's a simple question. Which Spartan has the most career starts all time in Michigan State basketball history? Who has the most career starts all time in Michigan State basketball history? I'll give you one clue. He played for Tom Izzo.
That's pretty easy.
That's a big help, huh? Well, we'll be back with more from the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance as you're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too. For my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. Thanks, Zoe.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible board-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto-pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement. 256 gigabytes. $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
And thanks for joining us for the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And Spartan football fans, we hope to see you at Ford Field on November the 29th when the team takes on Maryland. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or visit MSUSpartans.com for more info and go green. Well, the question in front of the audience here to win $25 gift card from the Alumni Hall and a couple of tickets to a Spartan basketball game is, in history of MSU basketball, which Spartan player has played the most games in terms of starting? Who has started the most games ever for Michigan State? And we have somebody that wants to take a shot at this.
I'm Nijdar Pedawi from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Andre Hudson.
No.
Wow.
And that's a really good guess.
You should know. You're from Grand Blanc.
Man.
Oh, wow. No.
Okay, got another guess.
Charlie Bell.
Charlie Bell.
Absolutely.
There you go. 136 starts. 136 starts.
I think Andre was one short, but the ironic part of Charlie was Thomas Kelly, who's now on my staff, was starting, and Thomas broke his foot, and we were thinking of redshirting Charlie.
Right. Absolutely.
Remember? And
absolutely,
he not only started, but he helped us win a lot of games. He was a great defender and a great rebounder who became a damn good shooter and a 7-year pro, whatever. But yeah, that's funny because if he didn't get hurt, who knows what would have happened.
That's right.
Well, 3 straight Final Fours and a national title. That's not too bad, is it? Some Big Ten titles to go along with it.
I think 4 Big Ten titles.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Well, we have a question or a thought here from Ken Hoffman.
Nice to see you, Coach Garland.
Thank you.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Tom, we started the show with Will saying what a jump the team took from game 1 to game 2. And probably Colgate a better team than most people realize, and yet along comes an athletically crazy good Arkansas team. Everyone here has their own opinion about what the difference was from one game to the next. But from your perspective, which is the most important, what's the one factor that probably made the difference for you?
Yeah, I do think we were not happy at all with our defense. We were not happy with the points we gave up, with the percentages we played with. We were not happy with our rebounding. We got out-rebounded in both games, and we got out-defended in both games, meaning both games that mattered, which was the UConn game, even though it was an exhibition, and, of course, the Colgate game. And so we had 5 days, and it was 5 days of hell. And it was but it, when those things happen, and Mike's been a part of, unfortunately, many of those days, I think back, it's really, it doesn't make the season, but what it does is it gives you a base. It gives a standard that now they can play to a certain standard. Now getting people to do that on a night in, night out basis is another thing. But as Mike said, the good news is it's almost impossible to shoot worse. 1 for 14, I guess you could go 0 for 14, and we didn't have to rely on that and beat a very good team. And if we can understand that, and the other thing we didn't do a great job of, even though we rebounded very well, almost better on the offensive end than the defensive end, we didn't get our break going. For as good as we played defensively, for as good a job as we did rebounding the ball, we did not get our fast break going like I think we can. We did shoot better from the line, Ken. That was another thing. We missed a couple late, but at one time we were shooting almost 80% from the line, and that was a much improved over what we were doing. So I don't know. There was a lot of things I thought we did better, but the biggest one, as Mike said earlier, in our locker room, before we go out every game on a TV screen, it says, the staples: defend, rebound, and run. And that's who we've been since that Arkansas game 31 years ago. And pretty much it's been a staple of the program. And what it does is it tests your toughness, it tests your aggressiveness, and it makes a statement that we might get beat, but we're not going to get physically beat. I thought we got physically beat only a couple times in my career here, and UConn was one of them. And so this team had to realize that you're not living up to. In fact, before we left the locker room, Doug Wojcik says to me the day of the game, he said, we need to play a different video. Sometimes we make a highlight video, and you watch before you go out, or sometimes the night before. And so we have this passion video that it's got a lot of former players talking. It's like a 7-minute video that you normally wouldn't play right before you go out. It's almost too long. But it was so good, from Magic to Mateen to, just everybody, Xavier Tillman, Cassius, Valentine was really good in it, Gary Harris. It just had all these different guys all the way back to the Magic era talking about our teams and what we stand for. And boy, I played that, and there was no Newt Rockney speech after that. They came out of that locker room ready to play. So, I got to come up with something different now. I don't know. I might have to have Mike come in and tell stories like he used to the night before the games.
Well, this card is going to be a showstopper. The Boot Law Firm is proud to sponsor the Beyond the Arc campaign. The Boot Law Firm.
Tell a Boot I saved him money. So he should give over the win, not the number of threes made.
Well, he donates $25 every time we make the three. That $25 from the last game goes to the Greater Lansing Food Bank. Thanks for.
I am going to donate to the Lansing Food Bank a couple $100 of my wife's shoe money to make sure that we take care of them for our ineptness. I owe a food that I owe the Lansing Food Bank that, especially at this time, on a serious note. So you can put that down in the book for me.
I
Will.
got it. Okay. The Tom Izzo Show is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We'll be back with more after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
This is Labatt, brewed for the fans who can't stop shouting shoot it, and the driveway heroes who still call raindrops on every brick. Make fun of a ref through the TV like he can hear you, then miss 3 straight free throws on your buddy's hoop. Argue every foul, celebrate every layup, and somehow think you're running the offense from Section 312. But that's the beauty of it. Basketball isn't just about the court, it's the noise, the passion, and the Labatt you're holding while you live it. Labatt. We're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.uofmhealthsparrow.org.
And welcome back as Auto Owners presents more of the Tom Izzo Show tonight. By the way, Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up and donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student or community health and score a limited edition Michigan State t-shirt and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott to get in the game.
You know what's funny, Will? I'm just looking around the room and I see Gary here. Gary's a great fan, but Gary was the RA. Were you there when I was a freshman? And so you were there same time as the Edmund Fitzgerald? Yeah. Yeah, Gary was an RA. Wouldn't let us do nothing.
Gary, yeah, but if you believe
you weren't down in that thing down campus. That was wicked down there, boy.
Okay, so you stayed up in Grease Hall.
Yeah.
So you see the name Grease. What do you think? Come on.
Anyway, I thought Gary would like that. Appreciate all your support.
But Tom, I want you to speak to something that I think is important. There are a lot of unsung heroes in the type of win that we had on Saturday. And, the one that really doesn't get a lot of credit is the scout team. And I was there all week, and I watched that scout team. And I'm going to tell you what, we've always said whenever we have a great scout team, we have a great team. And the job that they did, emulating their staff. And our kids were ready. They were ready because of our scout team.
That's a good point, and the problem is our wings and centers were 6'7" on that scout team, and they were 6'11".
Yeah,
but your point is well taken. They did a phenomenal job, and that's why it takes a village, man, to be good. Everybody's got to do their job, and I'm glad you brought that up, Mike, because that is so true. And over the years, boy, back when we won a championship, our scout team was so good it was scary. Now we had that's when you're allowed to redshirt people. That was before the NCAA got involved in all this stuff. And so we had like Mike Chappelle was red, David Thomas was redshirted, Adam Ballinger. I mean,
Jason Andreas.
Oh man, that scout team was.
We had
Mookie would go after Mateen every day, man. It was
him and Matt Ishbia.
Yeah, and Ish. So those are important things, and it's all part of having a good program. And I'm glad you brought it up. They all deserve. So when you see the guys sitting on the end of the bench that don't get to play, a lot of times they get to do a lot in the week prior to a game, and find a way to thank them and appreciate them. Thanks, Mike.
Tom, what drives those guys? They're not going to get 20 minutes of playing time. They may not even get in the game.
Yeah.
But they're there.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. It's one of the things that I have an appreciation since I was one of them at one time in my career, meaning you walked on, you did this, you did that. I think one thing is we treat them. I mean, you asked Mike, the respect I give those guys is off the charts. But I think that speaks volumes on how important it is to be part of a team, and how that even if you don't play, to be part of a team and with a chance to run out on that floor, with a chance to wear the uniform, with a chance to play for your fans. Everybody has the dream that, a little bit, everybody hoping somebody gets hurt for the sprained ankle that game so they could get in. But other than that, they know their role for the most part. And I think they truly do it for the love of the game and for the love of Michigan State, to be honest with you. So it's pretty cool.
Well, Tom, when a kid's why is right, success just happens.
There you go.
Their why is right, and they want to be here. A lot of those guys could play somewhere. They had scholarship offers to play somewhere.
Well, my two twins out of Okemos, they were going to go to Central Michigan and not play. And I had seen them play, and I had seen them play baseball. And I just cold called them and I said, "Are you guys crazy?
Right.
You guys are good enough to play somewhere."
Right.
I said, "Come here for a year or two. If you're not good enough to play here, I'll help you. I'll get you a scholarship somewhere." And I'll tell you, they're in their second year, and
they're pretty doggone good.
They can play. So I don't know what'll happen in the near future, but they're both great students, great guys. Denham Mojic's on that group. Sanders is on that group, and they just do a lot of good things.
One of my favorite Tom Izzo scout team walk-on stories was we got this new big guy. I can't remember his name. He wasn't doing well. Coach was not in a great mood. So he calls him out. He said, "If you can't get this right, I'm going to take your damn scholarship." One of the other coaches said, "Coach, he didn't have a scholarship."
I fired that coach.
Oh, man. Frank, you want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on all the Spartan Sports Network affiliates? Presented by Frank and Muth Insurance. Find a local independent agent near you by visiting fmins.com. We'll be back with more of our Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance in a moment as you're listening to the Tom Izzo Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
Whoa, boss, how did that happen?
Mind your business.
I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck?
I said, mind your business, Billy. It's why we have auto owners. We work with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered. Because unlike you, minding our business is their business.
Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green!
And we are back with more of the Spartan Basketball Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance. By the way, MSU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the official credit union of Spartan Athletics, founded by MSU faculty over 86 years ago. MSU FCU offers superior products and services specifically designed to meet the needs of Spartans. Whether your goal is to pay off your student loan, build your dream home, or save for retirement, MSU FCU has you covered. Well, this has almost become an annual event on this show. Brought the special box for Tom. And as we've talked about over all the years, the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, every year, we have our version of the Oscars, where broadcasters submit their work and they're awarded for being the best in a category. And I will mention that our network for the last 13 straight years has been the most honored network in the state. And we're really proud of that. And one of the reasons is because we always win in one category. This is for 2004 Best Special Show Broadcast. Guess what show it was? The Christmas show from December 18th, the Tom Izzo Show. So, Tom, here's one more trophy for you.
Funny how your station gets honored for my embarrassing accordion playing.
Yeah,
but that's pretty cool. You know, it's one of the crazy things we've done, but it's been one of the that's another staple of our program. You know, and can't tell you how many people. Like, I go to California for an alumni event, and people want to know when that is because they might fly back in for it. I tell them it's not that good. I'll be wasting your good money on that.
Will, did Tom ever tell you that he had to teach Derek Nix and Keith Appleton how to sing Christmas carols?
No, are you kidding me?
No, they didn't know. They didn't know the words to any of those songs.
I'm a multi-dimensional coach, and
they were in the office right before they came over. He was teaching them Jingle Bells.
Now, normally what would happen on that is that's something you have your assistants do. But my assistant didn't know it either, so it was a problem.
That's about the truth.
That's crazy. Everybody knows that one. Anyway, congratulations, Tom. It was and what's neat about it is it's like old time radio. It's just a lot of fun and it's goofy, and everybody enjoys it. And like you, I get people calling me all summer. When's that show going to be? When's that show going to be? I'm telling you, we should sell tickets and give it the money.
We should give it to the veterans. The great job that Scott does. We should do that. And
well,
I might go, if we do that, I might go crazy this year and practice 2 days so I don't double embarrass myself.
We got to get you and
That'd be
Smoltz
nice.
together.
Some lady yelled, "That'd be nice." That means that.
Sweet. By the way, Michigan State basketball is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Rocket is helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. And Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. We'll be back with more of the Coach Izzo Show. You're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartan fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of airballs and alley-oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU basketball games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU basketball. Go green, go white. SeatGeek.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base.
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
For the Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And by the way, make your best play of the day at 1 North Kitchen and Bar. Happy hour runs 2 to 6 every weekday, and we go into overtime on Thursdays up until 9 o'clock. Catch great drinks and appetizers just minutes from campus. I know, Mike. I'm going to get that right. I think I know what it means. We'll find out. So anyway, football, Veterans Day coming up tomorrow, Tom. Lots of things going on.
Yeah, and I'd like to just say this. It's been a rough year in football and everything, but, some of my most memorable games were when it's snowing and you go out there. And I can only say this. I hope our fans are real Michigan State fans. And I'm going to be at that game. I don't care if it snows, if it rains. I don't care, because the people that are there deserve to have that. I know it gets frustrating if you're not winning. I understand all that, but we are a different breed here, and I hope somehow we appreciate that. Both the coaches and the players have put in a lot of work, and it would be great if you could get out to that game, and I mean that. And if it's cold and it's snowy, those are what make memories. If it's sunny and nice and you get there, sit there, there's no memory to that. It's a memory when it's cold and snowy and you upset a team, and it's great. So that would be number one. And number two, Scott, I want to publicly thank you. Mike and I have done a lot with the military ourselves. We've gone overseas. We played in Germany in an aircraft carrier. We played on a base over there. I've gone to Kuwait twice. A thing called Hoops with the Troops, and of course we played on those Navy expeditions out in San Diego. So I always said it's the greatest team by far. I don't have a team. My national championship team wouldn't touch our armed forces team, and those people that have given so much and don't get appreciated like they should be. I hope and I support and I thank you for what you're doing. I hope the rest of us do a better job. We try to do. We honor somebody every game. We have a prisoner of war seat. We try to do some things that help you not forget, because we take for granted what people do. I mean, we work hard. Our football team works hard. It's, that's one thing. These people, a lot of them put their life on the line. And I just hope you find a way to appreciate just how much they do. When I spent a couple days, actually a week in Kuwait, I realized it was life-changing for me, and I wasn't going up to Baghdad that night, or I just watched soldiers come back from Baghdad that next morning, and that was crazy for me. And I didn't even make the trip. I was there in a nice little, place called Erefjan, which was kind of a resort area for the military to take an R&R at. But so I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for those in this room that are. I hope we do a better job honoring you, because we're safe, because somebody in this room lost a father, a brother, a sister, or somebody in the military that keeps us safe over here. We take that for granted a little bit. And at our place, we don't want to take it for granted.
I will say the way we honor veterans before every home basketball game is spectacular, and nobody does it like we do it.
No, that's
Nobody.
right. That's right. So real quick, if we got 30 seconds, what do you usually give me? 30? We got 30 seconds.
No, we got more now. We got almost 2 minutes.
Wow. Well, let's talk about then, what we're worried about, It's we have a lot of new guys in a way, and that's why we're going to rely on our veterans to make sure that they understand that we played good, not great. We played good. And, when that happens, sometimes today's practice was really important to us. We gave him Sunday off. I told Mike I'm getting soft as I get older. But the truth is we have to give him 1 day a week off. And usually when you come back, you're not as sharp. We were really pretty sharp today, hoping we are tomorrow. Dial it down on Wednesday, and then play on Thursday. And it's going to be an important game, because can we handle a little success? We showed we could handle a little failure. And now can we handle a little success and bounce back and play well and improve some of the things we haven't been doing as well. So these games are really important to us, and we've been lucky with our schedule. Give Kevin Paul good credit. It's a crazy schedule, how good it is, but we do have 4 and 5 days in between some of these early games that we can get a little more prep time in to help us, since we're playing some new people. So it's been good. It'll be important. And I'm hoping that, as I told our rebounders, we had a little deal at practice today where they came to watch practice. And I said, I was asked the question, are you worried about your team getting fat and sassy over one win? It's hard to do that. But I'm not worried about my team, because I can control them. So I'm going to put it to you guys to worry about the fans, because you're important to this group too. So don't get fat and sassy over a win, because it's only one win. And here we're about hanging banners, not winning games. So thank you for everything.
By the way, we take the air when San Jose State comes in Thursday at 5:30. Hope you can join us for that. Of course, San Jose State comes in led by the old Nebraska coach, Tim Miles. Thanks to everybody for coming. See you next week.
You've been listening to the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Tom Izzo Show is a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time on this network station for all the Spartan basketball action on the Spartan Media Network.